Show. I'm your host, LeJean Brames. Tonight we have two very special guests, two of my favorite people, Victor and Elizabeth Frankenstein.
Hello, how are you?
Hey.
How are you?
So how are you? I'm good. Lamp.
Is that in the script?
Keep that.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
And Elizabeth?
How you guys doing?
Doing good. Glad to be here. Glad to be on the show. It's a great crowd and it's good. How are you?
I'm actually fine. Thank you for asking me. Elizabeth, how you doing?
I'm doing so wonderful. I've really enjoyed the city so far this week, and most of all, I've enjoyed spending time with my wonderful Victor.
Anyway.
Well, yeah. So how was your guys' childhood?
It was good. It was great. Had loving parents. Lived in a great city. I had basically everything I could ever ask for. I was an extremely studious child. After a visit to our lake house, I witnessed lightning during a storm, and lightning struck this tree and absolutely obliterated it. And ever since then, I've just been fascinated by the study of electricity and what it can do on animate and inanimate objects.
That's actually really interesting. How about you, Elizabeth?
Oh, well, obviously, during the first half of my childhood, it wasn't the best growing up in a poor family and the tragedies I experienced. But once I was adopted by Victor's family, it was absolutely wonderful, just like he had described. And being cared and protected from by Victor was obviously the highlight of it.
So how's your romantic life?
It's great. Can't wait to marry her, and she's really my everything.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've always thought about marrying him, and this is going to fulfill a dying mother's wish 12 years ago, and I'm so happy for that.
Yeah, I remember my first childhood love.
Wait,
Get back! And we're back, folks. Victor, tell me about your studies at university.
My studies were more or less illegal. It was legal.
The line's blurry.
Legal, but
It's kind of a gray area.
Yeah.
But it was closer. Anyway, it took up all of my time. I was doing nothing but studying, working on my creation, and it got to the point where I wasn't sleeping. I was staying up for days on end. I wasn't happy. All the happiness in my life was sort of draining. Didn't communicate very much. It wasn't a great time.
oh yes, it put on an absolutely horrible strain on our family. Victor never wrote back, no matter how many times I wrote to him. He always was so consumed by his studies. I don't even know if he got the letters, but we never heard back from him during his times at uni until he saw Henry, his childhood friend.
Yeah. Well, I imagine that's tough on you.
Quite.
Well, yeah. Was it, anything you learned at university, an experiment you performed that, really brought out who you really were?
The one experiment that I continuously worked on was the creation of my monster, which after I created it, I expected to have the feeling of relief and excitement that I'm finally finished with this process. But after I saw the creation come to life, I was terrified and disgusted with what I had done.
Oh, you never told me about this creation.
So you left it?
I abandoned it. It did try to find me, and it did find me, and I just left and tried to pretend that it didn't happen.
How come you never told me?
I was scared.
Well, that's a lot. Ah, jeez. So, wow. I can't imagine.
Yeah, it was tough, but in
Is
the
he
end,
still alive?
it is.
It's still out there?
It is.
Do you know?
I don't know where it is. I made a deal with him that I would make him a partner. I would go through my process again, years on end, to create him a mate, and he would leave into the wilderness and would leave modern society, never to come back. But when I got back and was to start on my project, I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Yeah, how much that? It was rough. Yeah, I can't imagine you going through that again.
So now what? Is he? So you didn't make him a mate?
Now he's just out there.
Yo, okay, here, 1 second. Yeah, I can fit a pinky, but not like the whole. And we're back. We have the monster here. So, what have you found interesting for being alive for such a short amount of time?
I've learned a lot of things wrong with the human race. There's way more wrong with them than there is good. They value beauty and strength over things like being smart and having brains, and it's a wonder they stayed alive this long.
Interesting. Do you have any regrets?
I definitely do regret taking that food from the family, but I do not regret killing Victor's brother because he completely deserved it.
You haven't fed me all week.
Shut up! Get back in the closet! Wow. So you, just to confirm, you do not regret killing Frankenstein's brother?
Of course not. He completely brought it against himself when he made me and then just completely rejected me. And then we later formed an agreement that he would make me a mate and then, I would leave him alone. But he couldn't even do that. And I'm really disappointed.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the interview. Get back in the closet! Keep that.
Now he's just out there.
Yo, okay, yo, 1 second. Wow. He was bugging me. Yeah, so he was bugging me.